Very funny. Very funny. It's the last video we're doing on the collection to the letter Z. But why? Why change the opening theme when we just had the last couple of them perfect? That rock theme was great. For nostalgia reasons? Just because yeah, we used it at the beginning because we didn't have anything to put in there. And now you go all the way back. I'm very disappointed in you. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Man. I don't know why we had to go back to this goofy little children's theme for the opening of the thing. We'll talk later. I'm on here right now. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm a little aggravated today. I am. You know, I mean, this whole video series has been going kind of clunky on and off, and I thought we were in the perfect area there. Before the holidays came, we had a great opening theme, and I was getting messages from people saying they loved it. Oh, you're speechless now. You're not going to say anything. Just sit there and stew, all right? Just stew in your mistake. Nostalgia reasons. Hey, everybody. I said that. Welcome to Defending My Collection. The collection videos where I go through all my Blu-rays from A to Z. Gosh, you just threw me off. You just threw me off. I was having such a great day, and you just threw me off on this. Anyway, welcome, folks. Returning visitors, I have to first apologize and say I'm very sorry that there hasn't been too many, well, there hasn't been a defending video in quite maybe over a month, I believe. But, you know, the holidays get in the way, and other things happen that, hey, you know, it is what it is. But I'm here now, and we're here to do the final video, not counting 3D movies, but the final video on the W, X, Ys, and Zs of my collection. Shouldn't take too long. I got 2 stacks here, but they, you know, there's 2 major television series that I probably won't spend a lot of time talking about, and that'll bring the collection lower. So I just want to say welcome to the new subscribers, to you people that have just stumbled onto this video saying, what the heck is this? Defending my collection. And unfortunately, you're out of the game because you're seeing the last one first. So turn this off and go back and watch the A's and then B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, blah, 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 blah. And you can see my massive collection. My massive, manly collection. Well, let's get started. We did the U's and the V's last time, so now we're at the end. I'm repeating myself because I'm aggravated with the opening theme music, and you know it's cute and all. And when we started, it was just going to be a well, we really didn't have a theme. So old buddy over there, producer, he decided to throw. Yeah, well, it fit for when it started, but I thought we had it all set now. I mean, now you just, for nostalgic reasons. All right, we're going through the W's here. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. Defending my collection, video series, going to collection. Welcome to new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. You're not old subscriber. You're young. You're just a subscriber. Welcome. And I apologize for being not consistent enough with the video, but I was busy, and the holidays come, and I was too busy eating turkey and stuff. So anyway, my first W movie in my collection is, I was surprised, I like it. I'm kind of a fan of biopics, and this one is loosely based on a biopic. It's basically a parody of the, what the heck name of that movie? Joaquin Phoenix doing the Johnny Walk the Line. And I'm talking about Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. Dewey Cox. With old John C. Reilly, who's hilarious. Dr. Brule himself. If you don't know his character, Dr. Brule, Dr. Stephen Brule, go on YouTube and watch those. He's hilarious in that. Anyway, so yeah, this came out, and who did this? This is Jake Kasdan. I don't know who that is. Look him up on IMDb. See what else he's done. But this is a 2-disc unrated edition. I believe this has both the theatrical and the extended. And it has a ton of extra features all on a separate disc. Let me get that crap out of here. There we go. Nice disc art. Looks like a gold album and a platinum, probably. This one is just the special features disc. This is the theatrical and unrated version. And yeah, there is some manly unratedness in there. I don't know if that's on the theatrical. I don't know if I've seen the theatrical. Is the penis shot in the theatrical, or is it just in the unrated? Or are there more penis shots in the unrated that were in the theatrical? I have no idea. I really don't care about penises, but it's a funny scene when you see it. But it's cool. It's a parody on Walk the Line. You people probably know about this movie. If you haven't, and you see this in the bargain bin, pick it up, because it's really kind of funny. It's like one of those... It's not as extreme in craziness as Airplane, but it does have some really bizarre moments, and it has some fantastic parody songs. The lyrics are just great. So that's Walk Hard, and I'm drinking hard because I'm thirsty. Next up, wow, this doesn't look like it's a major special edition. Disney usually does these big, special edition things, but this is just a 2-disc set. Talking about that little Wally, the little robot on the Earth taking care of the garbage and stuff, and getting sucked up into where the humans are in their thing, and seeing how humanity has really screwed itself up. It's a great movie. I really do like Wally. It's got a bunch of stuff in here. This is, like I said, 2-disc set. It's got the Blu-ray and, wait a minute, 2 Blu-rays. Disc 1, Disc 2. Oh, Disc 2 is bonus features. Duh, of course it is. Of course. Comes with some literature to read at your leisure, which nobody does. They just throw it away and put the movie on. But I liked Wally. I really did. Visually, it's beautiful to look at. It's one of my favorite Pixar's. I like the story. It's cute. It's fun. It's touching. And I wish it was in 3D. But like I said, it's just the simple, usually when you see Disney movies, they have the big fancy border and a slipcase. Maybe this came with a slipcase and I just didn't get it when it came out. I don't know, but this is pretty much, the only version that I've got that I've really looked into, because once I got it, I didn't want to buy it again. I'm not one of those guys that, it's coming out with a different cover, I got to buy it, or a steelbook, If it comes out on a steelbook and I see it, I'll pick it up. But I'm not going to make Dennis a special trip to Zavi to get all steelbooks. But no, I love you, man. Dennis from the Blue Corner. Maybe I'll put a little link somewhere here. Just go look for the Blue Corner, BLU, not drop the E, Corner, all one word, on YouTube. He's a really great movie collector from Denmark, and he's gotten hooked with the steelbooks, and he's pretty much getting a huge... He has a huge steelbook collection. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Get on with the movies. Wally, see it. You love it. Or you don't. I don't know. Feels good to be back. It's been so long. Now, what was that supposed to mean? Well, you're not talking. You're just sitting there. Go ahead, just stare at me. Fine. Continue to stew. I've always been a fan of animation. Ever since I was young. Cartoons. And then... stumbling across the old Ray Harryhausen stop-motion films, and then as you're older, you find about claymation and things like that. Excuse me. And there were a few of these little short films that came out, and I'm so glad these came out on Blu-ray. All the shorts are in here. Sadly, I don't have the feature film. Aardman Entertainment, right? Does it say? It doesn't say. I believe it's called Aardman Animation. I might be wrong on that, so excuse me. Talking about Wallace and Gromit, the whole Wallace and Gromit collection. It comes with a nice slipcover too, which is something I never thought I'd see. Cheapo Eco with a bonus security sticker. But yeah, one of my favorites you know, the original was always cool to see, which was Trip to the Moon, blah, 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 A Grand Day Out, which was with them going to the moon to get cheese, I believe. But my favorite was The Wrong Trousers with that little penguin guy. And to now have 4 of them, it comes with Grand Day Out, Wrong Trousers, A Close Shave, and A Matter of Loaf and Death. They're all just great. They build as the short goes on, the story builds and becomes whimsical and weirder and crazier. But my favorite out of them is The Wrong Trousers, and again that penguin character. And then when Gromit is on the train and he's got to keep putting the track so the train keeps moving, cracks me up. Love the animation, love the characters. Cheese. I'd like a spot of cheese. Yeah, so I'm so glad this all came out, especially in America. If you've never seen Wallace and Gromit, I'm sure they're on YouTube. Look them up too. When you're done with this, go and look. You know, change the channel. This I picked up. I believe it was on sale, and I you know, every once in a while I want some mindless action, and I heard this was okay. After I kind of got it, it was like there was a lot of backlash to it, and I don't know. I believe this might be based on a comic or manga, or I have no idea what this is based on. But I'm talking about Angelina Jolie in Wanted. Who's the other kid in here? James McAvoy. A young James McAvoy. Yeah, Wanted. I enjoy it. It's fun. This is the one, if I'm not mistaken, with the gun that shoots. You go like that when you shoot, and the bullet will go on curve. Yeah, you know, it's mindless action fun. Comes with the slipcover. Comes with a, wow, this is pretty old. Comes with a user guide. Like, we don't know how it is. It's telling you how to use the U control, and how I put the disc and I pressed the button, I hit play. All in a big flyer. This includes a digital copy, which is probably super old, '09. And this was back in the day when they even did artwork on the digital copy of the movie. I'd rather have this artwork on the actual Blu-ray than this, but what are you going to do? What you gonna do? I enjoy it. It's fun. I thought they were going to do a sequel to this, and it probably because it didn't do too well, they dropped the idea to do the sequel, or maybe Angelina Jolie got busy doing other things. But I enjoy it. It's kind of nice. Embossed. Yeah, it's an old one. It's one of those early Blu-rays that I picked up to make my collection grow. So, excuse me, I've had this little tickle for the last couple days, and every once in a while it'll make me sneeze. Did you ever have like a tickle in your throat that affects the sinus, and then you gotta sneeze? It's very bizarre. Excuse the snot going down. Oysters. Well. Oh yeah, that's the old bullet curving. Yeah, this is the curved bullet one. Anyway, I like the movie. I'm jibber-jabbering here. A lot of people are disappointed with this version of the movie because this is the only version that came out of this movie, and I do kind of agree they should have done the E.T. thing. Give both versions. Let you see the supposed director's cut. Oop, I spoiled it. The Warriors. Saw this at the theater, and I'll be honest, the trailer got me wanting to see it because they used one of the music scores by Tangerine Dream in the trailer from the movie Sorcerer. And I remember the William Friedkin film, and I remember watching Sorcerer and loving that soundtrack, and I had the soundtrack on LP. And then when I saw the trailer for this, and it was, I was like, oh, that's going to be cool, the Tangerine Dream music. And there's no Tangerine Dream music in it. But it's a great movie. I really do like it. It's unique. It's different. You have all the different gangs as different characters. And very, very stylistic and comic book-like, which is why Walter Hill, in his director cut, decided to insert those comic panels between each, like to transition each scene. And when I saw it, I didn't mind it. But then again, like most people, I wish the original was included too. Maybe someday, maybe he won't be a Lucas and say, I will not release it anyway. It has nothing in it. But nowadays, I'm sure it's a cheapo eco case. But No. This is a full one. This came out. Actually, this probably only came out maybe a handful of years ago. But, well, actually, yeah, I was living at the other place when this came out. So, yeah, we're talking almost 10 years ago this came out. But I'm blue. But I like it. I like it. And thank God they haven't made a remake of it yet. But anyway, I like it. Warriors. It's cool. It's a lot of fun. Warriors, come out and play. Yay, yay. Knew nothing of this graphic novel. Saw the trailer and said, oh, that looks cool. This was before the Avengers, before Iron Man, before all these superhero movies. I believe it was before Iron Man. Talking about Watchmen, this is the director's cut, over 24 minutes longer. I like it. It's a cool story. I like the characters. Of course, everybody likes old Jigsaw. Jigsaw? What the hell is his name? I haven't seen it in years. Probably I only watched it once when it first came out, and I haven't seen it since. Ultimate Collector's Edition, 5-disc set. I missed out on that. But, whoa, what's that? Here's what you will need for BB Live. So this has, again, it's cool. They get all the special features on its own disc, movie on this disc. I don't know why I closed that. I was going to put this stuff back in here. But Jigsaw, why am I saying Jigsaw? But I like it. I love the music choices in here. You know, really, really good stuff there. Yeah, it was like almost the first somewhat adult comic movie, I guess you can say. I know people say don't call it a comic book movie, but you know, it is what it is, and I like it. It's in my collection, visually beautiful to look at, and I got no qualms. Yeah, I defended it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. This is probably my favorite Adam Sandler movie, and you're going, yeah, Wedding Singer. I really like this. It's a cool little, great little romantic comedy that actually makes me laugh at a lot of places. And Sandler's not annoying. I'll have to say favorite Sandler comedy because I really love Punch Drunk Love, and why isn't that on Blu-ray? Well, you know, the DVD had such a great special edition with all these extras. No Blu-ray. Why isn't there no Blu-ray of Punch Drunk Love? But anyway, a lot of people didn't like that. I liked it because it was Paul Thomas Anderson, and Sandler being something other than himself with his adult children voice. But this one I didn't mind. This one, like I said, as a comedy, I like this. I know there's Billy Madison and there's Happy Gilmore and them. You know, they're there, but each that character. Here he's kind of a straight-laced, normal guy. And of course, Drew Barrymore is also adorable. Always adorable to watch. Wedding Singer. Anything in here? A lot of flyers. It's a regular case, no Chico. Okay, we can go through these. I said I had a series. And I'm getting tired. I'm getting thirsty. Belch. First belch of the day. Oh, excuse me. This show came out on Showtime. And wow, I instantly liked it. I liked the mood of it. I liked the pacing of it. I loved I haven't watched this in such a long time. Mary Louise Parker's character and just her is so many things about the show I really, really liked. And I do have, we're talking about Weeds, and I do have, as you can see, the entire series, all 8 seasons. Still sealed. We're going backwards. 4, 3, 2, 1. It was doing great, and those cliffhangers at the end of each season were really, really cool. Probably my favorite being the one with the Mexican standoff in the kitchen where they open the thing and nothing's in there and they're all pointing guns at each other, and then the kids getting pulled over by the cop. But after, I don't want to go spoiler or anything, but after a certain thing happens in the neighborhood, if you know the show, you know what I'm talking about. Things change a bit, and starts the last, I believe it's the last 4 seasons. Although I liked the last one, the very final season I did like. But the last couple seasons were kind of clunky. The storyline was just kind of with the cartel and things like that. Although I liked them, I bought them. I wish it was all, and I know you can get it now, all in one box set. It'd be a lot less space than all those cases, but but these were the original releases with the original extras, whatever they are that are on there. I'm not sure if that complete box set has the same extras or are missing some or has new extras. I don't know. I would not know that because I did not look. But it was a fun show. When it was on, it was something I looked forward to every year when it came out. And I'm glad it's in my collection. It's something for me to revisit probably, whenever. This one, this is like one of my favorite comedies, modern comedies. And I had this on laser. I always say this. I had this on laser. People outside talking. I know there's someone upstairs over that way that's just moving in. I saw the move-in truck, so they were making making noises and poundings and things like that. But I just heard some talking, so maybe they're walking around out there. I don't know. But this was one of my favorites, and I had this like on all the forms of media, up to Laserdisc and all, even DVD. And if I'm not mistaken, the second belch. If I'm not mistaken, third belch. I should put a counter, right? No. I know everybody's like, get to that damn movie. What are you talking about? This didn't come out, and then I finally saw it in the UK, and I was like, well, I'm importing it because I want it on Blu-ray, and maybe a year after I imported it, it finally didn't come out on Blu-ray in America. I'm talking about It's Just Bernie. Weekend at Bernie's. Love this film. Hate the sequel. Hate the sequel. Should not have been done. Just the way they ended it is fine, and they tried, and it was just no good. No dancing. It was voodoo. This original, funny, somewhat of an inspiration to our film Grease Paint, which we never made, Tadio and I. But I love this movie. This was one of those movies that whenever I was down, I threw this in and I laughed. I could have been depressed. I could have been in a fight with a certain someone, or money, financial problems, or whatever. Whenever I was in a really, really bad mood and I just wanted to lift my spirits, I'd always put in Weekend at Bernie's. I love everything about it. Oh, it's cool. Even has the chapters on the inside there. There's a picture here. Oh, it's just a kid burying Bernie in the sand. Bernie. Boop, 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 boop. It's just Bernie. And it only comes with a trailer and TB spots. Yeah, from TB. The television. I don't know, because I really haven't looked. I don't know if the U.S. release has any kind of extras on here. But this was the UK one that I bought. And I'm happy. I'm happy I got it finally. Maybe we'll get a big special edition somewhere. I doubt it. Everyone's, my theater background. I've throughout the 80s, I've told people that the decade of the 80s, I was doing a lot of community theater. So of course you were doing comedies and dramas and musicals, and I was like, music. Even when I was a kid, mom and dad, they'd always, not so much dad, but mom would always sit down when Sound of Music was on, or King and I, movies like that. And this was one of them, and I remember probably my earliest recollection of this was probably the first time it was broadcast on television. And I really enjoyed it. I'm talking about West Side Story, and I'm saying, there's a part of me that really enjoys musicals. Boy, I'm not really centered. Scoot around here. Although I like you to look at my poster. But Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Gosh, I know people cut that out, and then it's like all the weird quickie cuts. But yeah, I enjoyed this. This is the 3-disc set, which is really cool. I watched it when I got it, and I had a great time watching it. I love the music in it. Of course, it's very Romeo and Juliet, and very on the down low. If you know what that movie is, look it up. Check out the screenwriter of this movie called On the Down Low. Go take a look someday. Anyway, yeah, West Side Story. So I think it was this year or last year. I kind of started going, because the prices were really starting to come down on a lot of these musicals, and I started picking up a few. So I got, well, recently as a gift, I got Sound of Music and Grease. Not as a gift, I bought Grease, I think. And other musicals like that. South Pacific. I said South Pacific, didn't I? I don't know. Anyway, musicals. I'm talking with my hands. Oh, this thing, God, I can still smell the popcorn in the theater. Wow, that memory is just, when I saw this, I was like, oh, I saw this at the Marquette Theater on 63rd and Kedzie in Chicago. Must have been 5 times. I went back and saw it again, and then I brought my friends, and then went with another group of friends, and went again just by myself, and loved the music. The soundtrack was so unique. It was a very electronical, bits of it were electronical, those bits that weren't, those tracks that weren't like Western music, because we're in the West. But I love the idea of this, and Michael Crichton directed Westworld. And, of course, it's pretty much Jurassic Park, or Jurassic Park is pretty much a remake, a very loose remake. It's an amusement park where things go awry and people get killed, and the control room people can't control things. Jurassic Park, Westworld. There was another one he did, which was also kind of similar. But I loved Westworld. Richard Benjamin, James Brolin, Cheapo Eco, they're all in the movie. Yul Brynner. Dick Van Patten as the sheriff. And again, VHS, DVD, I believe, Laserdisc I also had the soundtrack. I played the soundtrack so much, there were pops and ticks all over that thing. There was a point when I was moving from my home when I was younger that I did a stupid thing, and I sold off a lot of my soundtracks, and I was a very good took care of my records where there weren't too much, and I couldn't sell the soundtrack to Westworld because there were too many pops and ticks. But there were a lot of great soundtracks that I sold in a garage sale for like $1 a piece. And I remember my mom telling me, because I wasn't there during the garage sale, and she called and said, yeah, you sold a bunch of your records. And the guy came back like an hour later, and he says, boy, he's never picked up records that sounded like they were brand new. And so he bought all the other soundtracks. So somewhere out there, somebody bought all my soundtrack albums. And anyway, we're talking Westworld. I love the movie. I really do like it. There's a television show. Is it HBO or Showtime? Or it might even be another, like Stars or TNT or something like that. I doubt it's TNT. Where they're redoing the storyline and making it a miniseries, I believe. I believe it's a miniseries. It might just be a series. I don't know. But I believe it's going to be on sometime this year, 2016. So I'm looking forward to that, to see what they do, how they update it. And not as good, but still needed to complete the Westworld saga is the sequel, Futureworld. Like I said, not as good, although this is the movie that I grew a big crush on Blythe Danner. I don't know why. I watch it now and I go, what did I see? But she was pretty adorable for me as a kid watching this. So I was in the 70s. I was in my teens. So 70s, right? 76, yeah. And it was right at that heart of that time where I was seeing everything at the theater. It was a great time growing up because we had all these great genre movies coming out, But Futureworld, yeah, not as good as the original. Oh, it's got some artwork on the back there of the old Yul Brynner making a cameo. Just his gun on that side. You know, I remember seeing the promos to this, and it was like, wow, what's Yul Brynner as the gunslinger doing in the future? That's weird. But yeah, a cameo. He might be in it for, I think it's a dream or a nightmare sequence. I think he's in it for maybe 2-3 minutes, and that's it. But it's needed for the collection because it's pretty much a rehash of the same story of Westworld. But, and it's dated. The effects are kind of, but I like it. This used to be a New Year's Eve watch. For a long time, I watched this every New Year's Eve. This and Poseidon Adventure. I wonder why Poseidon Adventure. No, but this one too, because the whole beautiful relationship and funny Rob Reiner, funny relationship between these two characters, and then the arc at the end, all transpires at the end on New Year's Eve during the countdown. And it always moved me, and it's just a great movie. When Harry Met Sally, everybody talks about the fake orgasm in the restaurant. I'll have it, yeah. But there's so much better, funny stuff in here. That gag, I'll have what she's having, and the clip of her having the orgasm is so overdone and overplayed, and enough already. But there's so many, him spitting the seeds and then the windows closed, and just the little arguments they have, and then him singing the karaoke in the store. It wasn't Spencer's. What were that real expensive toy store? And then the ex-wife coming, and really, I love this movie. It's a great movie. I haven't seen it in a few years. Cheapo Eco. Haven't seen it in a few years. Need to revisit it again. It's one of my favorite romantic comedies. One of my favorite. Up there with like what did I just say? Wedding Singer. Wow, we're still in the W's. We're still in the W's. This was a blind buy. I just wanted some action, and I don't know if anything else good was coming out the week this was released. So I saw it on the shelf. I said, yeah, I'm going to take a chance. I saw the trailer. It looked action-oriented. There was another movie that was very similar, as Hollywood tends to do. Armageddon, Deep Impact, the American Werewolf in London, The Howling, although that was before they were trying to compete with themselves. There's studios doing similar movies, and they're released either very close or months apart. And the other movie was, what was the other movie? I don't know. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm talking White House Down. I got the one that didn't get very good reviews, but out of the two, I like this one a lot better than that other one. 4 belch of the day. What are you doing? Comes with a whole bunch of extras down here, which I didn't watch. I just watched the movie and moved on. But, is this Channing Tatum? Channing Tatum? Yeah, Channing Tatum. That guy. Jamie Foxx as the president. This is expired, no doubt. Boo-doo-doo. Oh, this doesn't expire until December of this month. Or this year, 2016. So I'm going to give away, hey, new viewers. This is something old Roger does on his channel sometimes. If there's a UV code here, a digital ultraviolet HD UV code, I just give it out. And the first person who watches this, if they're interested, they can use it and watch it. So this hasn't expired yet, so I'm going to hold this out. This is what I do, folks. So here is White House Down. You guys might not like this movie, or you already bought it. It's so old. It's years old, but I'm going to give it out because it hasn't expired yet, and it just sits up there and expires like milk, so I'm giving it out to everybody. There's White House Down, and here's the UV. Let me get it in there and let it focus. You can still it, and we're done. Okay. Enjoy the movie. I like it. This has the DVD and the Blu-ray, which has some artwork on it. I'm not going to spin that. And there's a picture back there of the White House blowing up or something. Helicopter crash. But it was mindless fun. Mindless fun. You know, they're in the limo at the end, and the president's shooting the cannon out of the window. And, you know, and Chen, I got my daughter and the bad guys. Pretty much Die Hard. It's pretty much Die Hard in a White House. You know, they don't know he's there. He's hiding, and I enjoy it. I like some of those mindless movies. No excuse. No excuse. Speaking of enjoying mindless movies, I brought this movie up by name a whole bunch of times throughout this whole series of videos defending my collection. And I always seem to bring it up when I talk about me loving bad movies. Well, yeah, this was one of the very first I bought. I'm trying to see here. I believe... Oh, they don't even put the date here. Oh, do you want to put the date on here? It's probably... I can't read it. It's tiny writing. Wild Hogs. William H. Macy. I like William H. Macy. Tim Allen. I like Tim Allen. Travolta. Yeah, okay. And then, who's the other guy? Martin Lawrence. Oh, duh. You know, it's goofiness. It's goofiness. It's a feel-good movie. Even though you might not like it. You might not feel good watching it. But it was one, you can even tell this was like one of those early ones where they had the design like that. Guilty pleasure? Not really, but comes with a whole bunch of tchotchkes. And chapter stops, disc. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. Yeah, you know. Made me laugh a few times. Guffawed a few times. It's in the collection. Speaking of wild, now this, I really, really like this movie. Very Norrish, and very sexy and hot, and had an interesting story that when I loved how it ended with the end credits, and you saw scenes from the whole movie of things taking place in that you didn't see before, that makes the whole story more of a full thing. You get to see you sit back and you see the whole picture of how everything was going, how the trick, I can't think of the word, there's even a movie, a John Cusack movie called I'm thinking of the word and I can't think of the word. Anyway, I'm talking about Wild Things. Neve Campbell, Matt Dillon. Who's the other girl? Why did they... Kevin Bacon, Matt Dillon, Neve Campbell. Oh, Denise Richards. What happened to her? Anybody know where Denise Richards is? She hasn't done many movies lately. Not that I remember. She's not in the spotlight much anymore. I really like this. And a great, great cameo by Bill Murray in here. Really cool story. Really, really pretty damn cool. I really like this movie. Really? Yeah, I really do. Wild Things. If you haven't seen it and you're looking for something just a little different and fun, and very not as shocking as Kaiser Soze at the end, but it really stay to the end of the credits. That's all I'll say. Stay through the credits. Watch. Don't fast forward because you'll see scenes during the credits. Childhood favorite. Childhood favorite. And I passed on the big special edition box set that came out, the big anniversary box set that came with a hardcover book, I believe, and a bunch of other stuff. But I got the usual digibook version. And then now you can actually, if you're lucky, I think I've seen that thing come down to $20, just like the Lawrence of Arabia set and the Ben-Hur set. Talking about old Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, I saw this in the theater first time at the old Marquette by my place, and the Oompa Loompas on the back. Weird Oompa Loompas. I believe this is Roald Dahl, right? There's no credits whatsoever, but I'm sure in this very cool digibook you could read all about it. Yeah, I liked it. It looks really good from what I remember on Blu-ray. Nice and crisp and colorful, and it's just one of those favorites. It really is one of those favorites that I used to watch once a year, and it's dark in places and a little twisted. I was a little blinded when the Tim Burton remake came out. I was like, wow, this is really kind of cool. And then, you know, years later, I tried to watch it again, and it's just... Let me watch this. Let me watch Gene Wilder. Oh, God, I wish he would come back and just do a cameo somewhere. Do something in somebody's movie. It doesn't have to be crazy. It could be a serious role. I'd just love to see Gene Wilder back on the screen again. He was such a treasure in the era of the Mel Brooks, the early Mel Brooks movies, and some of the other little comedies he did, Stir Crazy with Richard Pryor, and Silver Streak. He did a few with Richard. And even the Sherlock Holmes' younger brother, I think it was called, was just kind of weird and odd. But it was just watching him perform. Oh, the Little Prince. He has a little part in the Little Prince, the movie. But yeah, Willy Wonka is a favorite, childhood favorite. Love the thing. This was one of my first Blu-rays to get my collection going. This is copyright 2004. So yeah, I believe this was one of the earlier ones. It's a comedy. Seth Green, and who's now doing the old Robot Chicken stuff. Dr. Evil's son, if you don't know who Seth Green is. And I saw this. This is one of those I saw on cable, and I laughed a lot. It had a very I'm bringing nostalgia up. No, I'm not. It had a childhood thing. It brought me back to being a kid and growing up. And then, you know, you get together with your friends again, and we're all a little different. It had a very small little Star Wars bit about it with the 3PO, which I enjoyed. But I like the dialogue back and forth between the characters. I thought it was pretty good. The ending gets a little weird with Burt Reynolds. I'm talking about Without a Paddle. I really do like this one. It's a fun movie. I haven't seen it in a long, long time. I should really, when I'm standing up there looking for 5 minutes, 10 minutes for a movie to watch, I should just put this one in. Nothing in it. Very simple. I don't even know if this is still available out there. It might even be out of print type of thing. I don't hear anybody talking about this movie. It's like one of those forgotten comedies, you know. But I enjoyed it. Who else is in there? It's Seth Green, Matthew Lillard, and Dax Shepard. Dax Shepard, man, he was really good in this. I really liked him. Okay, second stack. This was gifted to me recently, and I think the person so wholeheartedly. I did crack it open and put the first disc in just to see, because it was a 4:3 television show. It was broadcast in 4:3, but the director decided when they released this, remastered it on Blu-ray, that they were going to open the mat, which was shot. They didn't zoom in, and you're not losing the top and bottom. They just opened the mat up, and you saw more, very similar to that 70s show. And I believe they're going to do that with Roseanne and Third Rock from the Sun. When they released those complete Blu-ray remasters, they opened the mat, because those were shot full on the set, but for 4:3 they just blocked off the side, so you actually do see more on the set. That 70s show, you see so much more on the side. You see little characters in the background that you've never seen before. Anyway, I'm talking about this. I put the first disc in just to look at the quality, and it looked beautiful. It looked amazing. And I only saw this series once on its initial run. Never bought the Blu-ray or the DVDs, never got into anything else, and I'm glad, again, I was gifted with this. I'm talking about, considered one of the greatest television shows of all time, The Wire. Big, massive set. Look at that. Comes with its own big slip cover. Discs are all in there. I'm not going to pull them all out and show you, but all 5 seasons. Just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show. I am looking so forward to revisiting this again. Idris Elba and, all the other, Omar, and all the other characters. So many characters in here to really get invested with. Both the police, the drug dealers, the kingpins. Just a great show. Great show. If you're looking, there's so much good television on right now. It's hard to go back and like rewatch something like this, because you want to catch up with everything. But really like The Wire, and I'm glad I got that. Thank you. This I have, again, childhood favorite. Saw this all the time. I saw this once in the theater. There was a theater when I was in college in 78, 79. Yeah, I'm old, people. There was a retro theater called the Parkway on the north side, and every day, every month you would get this like newspaper fold out, and every single day they played a classic movie on the big screen in the theater, and a lot of like movies like Eraserhead that I've never seen the original I saw on the big screen, and this was one of them. The Wizard of Oz. You know, everybody loves this movie. Everybody has it. This is the 70th anniversary edition. Sorry, I did that. This is the 3-disc Emerald edition. Comes with a slipcover, doesn't it? Oh no, it doesn't. Oh yes, it does. It opens this way. And the disc is in there. This has here's what you will need. Just some tchotchkes. But this has disc, flipper disc. I believe this comes with a bunch of documentaries. Oh, it comes with the MGM When the Lion Roars, the 6-hour chronicle of the movie, of MGM. And then disc 2 has a whole bunch of special features. Disc 1 has the movie and a whole bunch of special features. Another one of these that came out in that big mega box that I passed on. But yeah, I got this on Blu-ray, and it was amazing to watch. It was so crisp and clear. I couldn't believe when I first watched this. You could see the faces on. I stilled it during Munchkinland, and you could look way in the background and see the faces. So clear detail. Of course, it never looked that good when you saw it, and it's just a different presentation now when you watch it. When we get to the 3D movies, I also have it in 3D, and I'll talk about that. I thought they did a brilliant job on the 3D restoration, too. The added depth with those hilly painted backgrounds, they made us, it separates, and it's a weird, it's very dreamlike with the 3D version. Yeah. This was cool. It says the scariest film of the year. It wasn't the scariest. It was just creepy, knowing that this was based on a true story. That there was a guy out there in Australia doing ghastly things, and never came out on Blu-ray. So I imported it from the UK. Talking about Wolf Creek. If you've never seen it, see it. There is a sequel called Wolf Creek 2. I did see it. Something about it, it's not as good as the first, and I have yet to pick it up. I also don't know if this came out in America yet on Blu-ray. This might be the only way you can get it. But yeah, it's based on a serial killer out in the Australian outback that when passerbys or people that need help, he does things to them. And they're not pretty. But check out Wolf Creek. I really do like it. Okay, this, what's the guy's name? Because I'm mindless. Jack Ketchum. Jack Ketchum, I brought him up when we were talking about The Girl Next Door in the G's. Really hard movie to watch. Jack Ketchum is an author. He's written a number of books, novels, dealing with some horrific situations. And I know there was another movie before this. I can't think of the name of it, but it's about kind of a cannibalistic family, and the police trying to save some people, hunting them down and that. And this movie is a pseudo-sequel, they say, because the main character in this finds the woman out there in the woods and brings her home and tries to... Well, I'm not going to say. But the whole family gets involved. And I'm not going to say what happens, but it's pretty violent. There's a couple fist pump in the air, yeah, moments. Yeah! And there's quite a few, what the F is going on there, moments. And a real shocking turn of events at one point that I didn't expect, and then when it happened, it was like, wow, he did that? But anyway, the woman. Yeah, if you're looking for something interesting, oh, I got the copy. It's called Offspring, the original one that this is like maybe a pseudo sequel to, The Offspring. It's good. It's not as good as this, I thought, but it does have some really twisted, sick stuff. Catch 'em guy, man. But man, nothing can beat the Girl Next Door. Gosh, what a sad, sad movie. Hard to watch movie, really is. But good old goofy shockmonger Roger, he has to have it in his collection so he can go there every once in a while when he feels like it. So anyway, check out The Woman when you get a chance if you want some little bit of entertainment. Violent, gory entertainment. This is the last television series of my collection as of now, until I buy some new stuff. I stumbled across this show, I don't know where. It might have been in season 2 that I saw an episode or two, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Just kind of not similar, but on the same wavelength as It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where that show has gone. Where I don't believe I'm watching what I'm watching, but I'm laughing my ass off at it. And after I picked up the first disc is season 1 and 2 together, because the seasons are very short, I fell in love with these characters. And now every year I'm waiting for the next season because I got to see what these guys are going to get into. And I'm talking about nice Workaholics. You gotta be fresh. Yeah, I love the show. I love all the expanded or extended characters. Extended. The other entourage? Company. Well, that's a theater term. The other people in there, the female boss and her assistant, and the other worker characters that sometimes get involved, and the drug friend that comes by and sells them the weed, and they're just. This show makes me laugh out loud a whole lot. Like I said, season 1 and 2 came out very cheap. These seasons are only like $9.99 when they come out. So I got season 1, 1 and 2. Season 3 looks like that. There's nothing in these. They're 2 disc sets. I believe they are 10 or 12 episodes each. Excuse me. But it's a short series, like 10 episodes or whatever. Season 4 looks like that. Go to Amazon, put them all in your queue, and buy them and watch them. They look great on Blu-ray. Beautiful, crisp, HD. And the awesome season 5, which, believe me, folks, if you watch the show from the beginning, it gets crazier and crazier and more outlandish and more violent and bloody and politically incorrect. Very similar to Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like I said. And that's another show that we've talked about it when I was in the Eyes. I love those characters. I love that show. But this show, these guys are so freaking talented for their ages. I hope they continue on and have great futures. Excuse my while I wipe my nose. Controversial. Yeah, controversial. Too soon, people said. And then Oliver Stone. What's he going to do? I was entertained. World Trade Center. Not a happy movie. But Nick Cage, not one of his worst roles. And we know he's done a lot of bad. He's done a lot of good. And this one was fair. This one, I haven't watched it much. I don't watch this like every year on 9/11. I sometimes watch United 93 around that time. Because I really like... I already talked about United and the U's. But yeah. This, it's different because it's the story about the firemen that were trapped until they were rescued. In the rubble, once the buildings collapsed. Very little on the political side, like how Stone likes to go off and do his own thing. But I enjoyed it. I thought the performances were okay. I thought it was well done, for what it was. But yeah, a lot of backlash. A lot of people didn't care for it. What can I say? I enjoyed it. 2-disc set. There's a shot of the back. Yeah, it's in the collection. You know, if I want to feel, well, I can always just go watch the news reports if I really want to go there. But the third in the Cornetto trilogy, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Edgar Wright's At the World's End, or it's, no, The World's End. The old, let's go drink bar to bar, and they end up in a bar with some strangeness that happens. That's all I'll say. If you've never seen this movie, avoid the trailer. Just get the movie, watch it. If you like comedies, watch it. It's just great. It's great. Watch all of them. I think you can get them now, where they're all on there. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End. Just some great stuff. So yeah. Did I show you this? Oh no. Hey, digital copy. Digital copy. Whoop, 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 whoop. 2-disc set. Let's see if this is expired like milk. God, the writing. I don't see a date here at all. I don't see an expiration at all. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold it up. And if it's expired, I'm sorry it's expired, but if it isn't, this is a fairly new movie, and they're usually like 3-4 years they give you. So I'm going to show it, and if it's good, you're welcome. If it's expired, I'm sorry. But there we go. World's End. There you go. Put that up there, let it focus, still it, write it down, and enjoy the movie. Like I said, I don't know. There was no date on there about expiration. So, but I liked it. I like all 3 movies. I was floored by Shaun of the Dead when that first came out. That was just it was great. And I saw it way before it came out in America, because it was released in the UK, I believe, a year before. And so I was able to get a UK version copy. And it was like, I must have this movie when it comes out. And I had the DVD, and now I got the Blu-ray. Anyway, I don't know if anybody has ever even seen this. I mean, I know a few people. I've turned friends onto this movie who really like it. And we lost this man, sadly, very recently. And there are, I mean, he's done some great comedies. And he's done some really good dramatic roles. Not too well known. I mean, people remember him from Insomnia and 1 Hour Photo. I'm talking about Robin Williams. And and when he just plays that way on Good Dead Poets and The Awakenings and all these other, Patch Adams. There's so much. He's got such a great legacy of movies that he's left us, and television shows and stand-up acts. I mean, the guy was a genius, and sadly he had some issues and decided to go a different way. But I'm talking about this movie. This movie, remember Bobcat Goldthwait? Setting Jay Leno's couch on fire on the Tonight Show that one night. Really crazy guy. Well, he's a director now, and he's directed. He's made about a handful of films. Shakes the Clown, and the recent one was the Bigfoot one, which I didn't care for, although it was intriguing to watch. But he did this one with Robin Williams called World's Greatest Dad. Has some funny moments, but I do not consider this hilarious. Wonderful, yeah. Not hilarious. What else do they say? See it, smart, bold, twisted. Yeah, unexpectedly touching. Gives one of his best performances. Yeah. If you've never seen World's Greatest Dad, check it out. I'm not going to go into story about what it's about. And you shouldn't watch the trailer, as I always seem to stress to people, because trailers just give away things. It's much better to go into a movie, start it, knowing nothing about it, and let the story happen, and let whatever happens, and you're seeing a whole brand new thing. But But yeah, I really like this movie. It was great. Very basic, bare bones. Bare bones, bare bones. What you gonna do? Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. There's the back. You can check that out. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say what it's about, but watch it. Watch it. Watch it. I always look there. I got to look there. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. World's Greatest Dad. This one I didn't think being I believe this is from Australia, although I bought the UK import. Aussie. Yeah. An Aussie post-apocalyptic zombie film. Had no idea that this would ever come out in America, which is why I bought the import probably a year before the US version came out. Wormwood, Road of the Dead, Mad Max meets Dawn of the Dead. That's a dumb line. Doesn't really, it's nowhere near like that. But yeah, it's gross out. If you like zombie films, there's lots of blood and gore, and there's lots of fun and laughs. Comes with a nice slipcover. Same disc on here. Very bare bones, nothing on there. I mean, it does have quite a few extras. Commentaries, behind the scenes, teasers, 7-minute teaser scene. Crowdfunding video, storyboards, deleted scenes, and other stuff. But yeah, most people are getting kind of tired of the zombie thing. I mean, it's everywhere now. It's extremely surprising how zombies have taken over the mainstream media and everything in the last 5 years. You know, with Walking Dead and World War Z and all these other zombie movies. When poor George Romero cannot get funding to do, he's the godfather of the zombie movie with Night of the Living Dead and Dawn and Day and Land and, well, those other ones. Like I said, they just don't give him the money, and it's why, come on, he's the one that. But there are a lot of great zombie movies out there, independent, and although I've warmed up to World War Z. First time I saw it, I thought it was just ridiculous. All that CGI and the running and they're like bugs. I think I mentioned. Where did I mention? Maybe. No, I don't think I mentioned it in the W's. Well, we are in W. Oh, it's 3D. I got the 3D. That's why we haven't talked about it. But I was just thinking, you watch those scenes where all the zombies are, trying to get up the wall, and they're all climbing on top of each other, and they're getting higher and higher and falling, and they're getting higher, and it's like, that maybe on paper and maybe in your mind that would be amazing, and look at that. But the first time I saw it, the first thought I had was, how cool this movie would have been if they were giant bugs, like a modern remake of the movie Them, and those were ants, giant ants crawling, not giant, but the size of humans, and they're because they were very fast moving, bug like, like they would fall over each other. And you watch those nature docs about ants, and ants crawl on top of each other and make bridges and things like that. It would have been a great opportunity to take that visual style that World War Z has with those zombie scenes and made it into like a giant bug movie of some sort. I almost wish it was like a remake of Them. But years later, I've seen it, and I've watched the 3D version and the unrated version, and it's not any better. I mean, but I've kind of warmed up to it now. It's guilty entertainment, You warm up to things like that after a while. But yeah, Wormwood we were talking about. Yeah, check it out if you haven't seen it. From Australia. Aussie. It's awesome Aussie, man. Excuse my goofy accent. X-Men, First Class. I don't have any of the others. I wasn't really a fan of X-Men 1, 2, 3, those. I've seen them. I went to the theater. I saw them. I had them on DVD. Nice big special editions, and I sold them off because I was never watching them. And then when this came out, I was like, I heard some good things about it, and because this is when they're younger, and I enjoyed it. I really liked the story, so this was like, yeah, I'm going to buy this one, and it came down in price, and I picked it up. Get all that stuff out. Oh, digital copy and Blu-ray. and tchotchkes. Bet you don't read tchotchkes. Yeah, I had a good time with this. And I also had a good time with the other one that came out after this, which is in my 3D section. We'll get to there in a few videos. Although that's going to be X, so it'll be one of the last of the 3D videos. Here's a series I just heard is going to be rebooted. Well, not rebooted. They're doing a third. And I understand that they got Jet Li and possibly Tony Jaa to be in it along with Vin Diesel. I had fun with these movies, and I bought them when they came out, nice and cheap. We're talking about XXX. First one with Vin Diesel. Second one with Ice Cube. Is it Ice Cube or Ice T? It's Ice Cube. Ice Cubed. Yeah, Princess Leia Blu-ray years. Now, you know, again, I've mentioned in how many videos, you know, I'm a guilty pleasure for action films, and it's eye candy, and XXX2. So yeah, there's a third one coming out. You know, the second one where he's in the car and he's trying to chase the train and get on the train at the end, it just had me laughing. It was like, what am I watching? Kind of like Furious 7 with the car going from one building to the other, and I just laughed because it's like they had the balls to do something this ridiculous, and it works. It works. It's so entertainingly fun, and you know, it's fun. I like them. And as you know from my past videos, I'm a fan of foreign films, especially Korean cinema. And I always hear every once in a while of these interesting movies, you know, like The Good, the Bad, and the Weird, or before they even come to America, I hear about Snowpiercer. I knew all about before it even came to America. This one I heard really good things of, and I rented it, and I watched it, and I loved it. And of course, it's not available here, so I had to import the UK. I'm talking about The Yellow Sea. If you want, check out the trailer. The trailer doesn't give away too much, but it gives you an idea of the pacing and what the film's about. It's a guy really down on his luck that's just trying to get some money to get one of his relatives to come, you know, out of the slums they are in. And he meets up with this crime guy who puts him on these little jobs so he can get some money, and things go awry, as most of these things do, and lots and lots, as with most Korean films, lots of great chase scenes, action set pieces, violent fights and action. Yeah, The Yellow Sea, if you're looking for something a little different, like I said, it's only available through the UK, and I'm sure other countries have it. Oh, I did that. I could just do that. Other countries, I'm sure it's available. Go to Blu-ray, put the thing to the world, and do a search, and you'll see all the countries that released this movie, but not in the U.S. to this time, from what I know. You can get it on DVD in the U.S., but not on Blu-ray. It looks beautiful on Blu-ray. Everything looks beautiful on Blu-ray. I always look there. I'm supposed to look at you guys in your eyes, but I'm looking over here. How long are we going? Oh, an hour. I told someone it was only going to be a half hour. It's an hour. Duh, it's Roger. Of course it's an hour. So anyway, The Yellow Sea. Yes, check it out. Definitely check it out. I laughed. I laughed. I laughed. I laughed. Oh, we're in the Y's. Duh. This contains both the unrated extended and the theatrical versions of this film. I totally forgot about this when I was talking about Adam Sandler. But I laughed at this. I laughed. You don't mess with the Zohan. Of course, every Sandler comedy that comes out, people just bash it. I hate when that thing is still on there. They just bash these movies. And, you know, if you just put your mind in a jar by the door, and you just open your mind, you can have a good time watching these things. There's some crazy, crazy stuff in this movie. But I'll get that around there. But I did enjoy it. I'm not going to say much more. I'm not going to defend it anymore. it's in my collection. When I want to laugh and see something just goofy, I watch this, and yeah, it makes me laugh. What can I say? What can I say? It makes me laugh is what I can say. I picked this up last year. It's last year already. This is 2016. So, yeah, in 2015 I picked this up. This had a lot of great talk when it came out. A lot of people said it's very original, very cool the way it's done, and this and that. Directed by Adam Wingard. And I didn't buy it for a long time, and then I saw it real cheap, like in the $7.99 bin, and I picked it up. I'm talking about You're Next. And I watched it, and yeah, it was really good, but I was a little, no spoilers, but I was disappointed by the ending. The whole reason, that's all I'll say. A little kind of like, yeah, that's what you were going for all this time? But the execution, and as you're watching it, is, excuse me, it's pretty cool, pretty good. I see a code. Now, expired in 2015. Sorry. So it comes with a Blu-ray and a DVD. That's all. And a code that's expired. But I'm sure most of your horror fans have seen this. You're next. And I'm next. Yeah. Kevin Smith. You know, people like him, people hate him. But I laughed a lot during this. I really did. A lot of fun. Zack and Miri make a porno. Tom Savini cameo. What can I say? Tracy Lords. So many people in here. You know. It's funny. Little uncomfortable. Little uncomfortable sometimes. But I had a great time with it. So say what you will. Comes with a bunch of special features like most Kevin Smith movies. Comes with that cool Star Warsy character thing. The Star Wars parody they do, the porno they do in the movie. And it's a simple basic disc, but if you haven't seen it and you want to see somewhat of a, I wouldn't say it's a gross out, but it's raunchy. Is raunchy worse than gross out? I think raunchy is a worse term, so maybe it's a gross out comedy. It's fun. It's fun. It's bold. It does things to shock you, and it has some tender moments. That's all I'll say. Yeah, you know, Kevin Smith. How are we doing here? Not going to fall over, are we? I really like this. A lot of people love Jumanji. And I have a problem with the CGI. If anything, go back and now do like a remaster and fix those CGI monkeys and animals, and they just stick right out to me when I see it now. But the rest of the movie I don't mind. But then this one came out, and I believe it's by the same author. I'm not going to look. I'm tired. But I enjoyed this one much better, probably because it's a space game and it takes place in outer space as opposed to all these animals running loose. I'm talking about Zathura. This is the newest version that came out, the anniversary edition. Comes with a slipcase, and it's not opened yet. Yeah, I really like this movie. It's a great family film, you know. If you haven't seen it, check it out. If you like Jumanji and you haven't seen it, check it out. It's very similar. They play a game and things happen in the game and then happen in reality. But yeah, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Zathura. Going from something very fun and lighthearted and family, we go to something extremely dramatic and extremely amazing. And from one of our greatest directors. A friend of mine just recently said he was watching some of the documentaries on here, and I have yet to even go into the special features. The movie itself is long enough, and when I watch that, it's like, okay, I need a break now. Great filmmaking, fantastic acting, great story based on a real incident, serial killer. I'll hold it up this way. talking about Zodiac, David Fincher, but the packaging is so cool because it looks like it's a package from the, and even the special features, you got to kind of like do sideways, you know. Yeah, David Fincher, again, like I said, great. Just a great movie. Great movie. He makes some really, really good movies. And this is one of my favorites. Good music, too. Good soundtrack on there. Hey, we're down to almost 3 left. Oh, we're in the Z's. And guess what? 3 zombie movies. I bet you can probably guess 2. This one first, the next one, and then you won't even guess the last one I got. Because it's something I stumbled on and says, wow, it's on Blu-ray, I'm picking it up. I like it. A little strong there. Did not see this at the theater. First time saw this on old VHS rental copy. And man, you gotta love Italian cinema from the 70s. There's a style, there's a whole feeling to those movies with the dubbing and especially the director Lucio Fulci, the excessive gore, and this is a classic. This indeed Zombie, or as it was called, Zombie 2, which was considered a sequel to Dawn of the Dead in '78, because when it played in Italy, it was called Zombie, not Dawn of the Dead. And so when Fulci did this, they called it Zombie 2, but in reality, it's just called Zombie here in America because it's not a sequel to Dawn of the Dead. Does that make sense? And they've spawned a whole bunch of zombie sequels from this, but this is the one, this is the great one. Got it with a slipcover, which is I think that's pretty rare. I don't know, maybe it isn't. But there's your cover. I always loved this. When I saw this on the video box, it's like, I gotta see that. And the score is amazing. I love the score. Some of the zombie designs, even though they just look like there's cereal, glued to their face or clay, there's just something creepy. There's that one favorite shot where it's like a long shot of this old abandoned little town with these huts, and you see a crab kind of walking across the ground, and in the background you just see this zombie just shuffling, and then later you see a close-up that goes around and he's just real slow moving shuffling. Yeah. Oh, and this has the classic zombie versus shark scene. Yep, zombies can walk underwater somehow, and a shark comes and they fight, and he bites the shark. Zombie versus shark. 2-disc set. Is this Scream? No, this is Blue Underground. This is the Blue Underground version. That has a bunch of extras. 2 discs. You got disc 1, has a bunch of extras on it, commentaries, intro by Guillermo del Toro. And disc 2 just has a bunch of extras and documentaries and things like that. So yeah, Zombie, a little embossed there. Love it. Just creepy. It's one of those creepy movies. One of those movies that you just get sweaty and you uneasy, and you kind of feel like I want to take a shower. Oh, and the final ending. I love the final shot. It's so great. The bridge, that's all I'll say. It's just so great. And everybody probably has this, a lot of people. Very mainstream zombie movie. One of the very first, next to Shaun of the Dead. I'm guessing. Not counting Romero films, but comedy, Zombieland. Yeah. With the Bill Murray cameo. Eisenberg. And, yeah, it's fun. It's cool. It sets up the rules for zombies, cardio and all that crazy stuff. Double shot. Oh, what do you call that? I can't think of it. Anyway, yeah, like I said, everybody's seen this thing. Flyer. We got the Blu-ray and the digital copy. Nothing extremely bad. It's in the collection. Everybody, a lot of people have this, I'm sure. And the last in my collection of Z movies. It's a double feature. I still to this day have yet to see the first feature, which I'll just say is called The Greys. Graves. I said Grays, I meant Graves. The Graves. And mysterious mining town, sisters meet and unleash the most primitive instinct to battle unspeakable horrors, both human and supernatural. That didn't intrigue me. But one night on cable, I think it was on cable, I heard of this other movie, and I laughed my butt off at it. I was like, wow, this is cool. It's not Shaun of the Dead, it's not Zombieland, but it's one of these little offshoot independent little zombie comedies called Zombies of Mass Destruction. Down here. This is the Graves double. Zombies of Mass Destruction. And a better look at that if you want. Give it a try. This is from the After Dark Horror collection, I guess. Not much on the back, just a synopsis and credits. Other than a flyer, nothing but a cheapo eco. Both movies come on one disc. And check Netflix, check streaming. You might not like it, but there's another one called Doghouse, which is a British zombie film that I found pretty funny. This one, Zombies of Mass Destruction, I found pretty funny. I was surprised I even found this on Blu-ray, and I got a bonus movie, which I still haven't seen. So, I enjoyed it. It's different, and old Roger, he's always looking for something different. Not mainstream. Like I'm sure if you ask anybody, have you ever seen the movie Zombies of Mass Destruction? People go, what? There's a movie called Zombies of Mass Destruction? Never heard of it. Although nowadays most people will probably go, well, yeah, there are zombies movies out there. There's probably hundreds of them that I've never seen. Well, not hundreds, but 50s of them. But so folks, that's it. That's my this is the final video in the Defending My Collection Blu-ray overview series. Now, we're not done yet, because I have a whole back there, from that shelf up there all the way down to about here are all my Blu-ray movies that are in 3D. I put all my 3Ds in one area instead of alphabeticalizing them. I'm weird like that. Like I said in the beginning, I got A to Z, but if it's a sequel like Westworld and Futureworld's going right next to Westworld, because those are that's the series. Kind of do that with the Ray Harryhausen movies under R for Ray, although that isn't quite true either, because I have Clash of the Titans under C when it probably should be with the Ray movies. And First Men on the Moon is under F. So I'm consistent, but I'm not consistent with the way I put my movies up. But yeah, that's the main collection. Wow, we finished. I never thought I'd get to the Z's. It took a long time. Well, it took about 5 months, because I started doing these videos with the idea of showing off my collection. I'm glad we're at the end here, although we're not at the end. We got another 350 movies to go through. And those will probably go quick, because it isn't just going to be A's, B's, C's. Because I only have so many, I might do like A through A and D's, A through D, and then, we'll move on from there. But we'll get to that. That's going to be coming up soon. That'll be in the future. Not too far, because I want to get through those, because once those are done, I want to go off and start doing other type of movies, retrospects on movie series, and like the Lethal Weapon set or the Die Hard set. I want to talk about each movie in its own little video, and other fun things. Some more out and abouts. Although now with the weather, it's snowing. We got snow out there, and it's cold, so it's a good time to stay home and watch movies. And I'm also going to shortly do a pickups video, because over the holidays, I was able to get a little extra once the bills were paid, and I needed to catch up on some movies that I wanted when they originally came out that I couldn't afford at the time. So I'm going to be doing like I got them right here. I got, what do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe like 8 new movies. They're not new. They're movies that you probably already have, but movies I haven't shown off for my collection. But I'll be doing that very short. That might be the next video, actually. And then I could put those on the shelf, because I don't want to have them sitting here and not put where they're supposed to be. Oh, I'm tired of talking. It's been a while since I've done this. Like I said, through the holidays. And I'm glad I came back, and I'm glad you guys hopefully enjoyed the series, the Defending My Collection series. And I hope you're looking forward to the continuing Defending My Collection series, 3D. And I'll go more into, it'll pretty much be the same setup, different poster. But pretty much the same setup, and me just going through and telling you what I think of the movies, giving you my opinion on how good the 3D is for those people that are into 3D and have 3D setups. I'm a big 3D fan, but I'll go into that with the introduction of the A videos when we get there. When I do that, I'll tell you my history with 3D and Viewmasters and all that fun stuff I had. But yeah, the majority of the collection is complete. It is complete. Yeah, so I'm very happy you guys tuned in and are staying here to the very end. I just want to thank everybody, thank all my subscribers, old and new. Thanks for all the messages and the comments on the videos. I really enjoy just hearing what you guys have to say, or asking me, why don't you have this in your collection, or why are you an idiot and have that, like Wild Hogs. See, I bring it up all the time. Yeah, I'm just kind of glad the big haul is done. Yeah, like I said, I'll be back. I want to thank everybody. Yeah. And I'm just going to wrap things up. To those new people that stumbled on this, please subscribe down below. If you like this video, tell your friends, share the video. Say, hey, Roger D is back from Channel Donstar. He's doing his final collection videos. Well, they're not the final. I know I keep correcting myself, but it's the final of the main ones, and then the 3Ds come later. And then maybe we'll get into the DVDs, although the DVDs there's no rush to get into. Although I do have a few very interesting movies on DVD. I think when I do the DVDs, it'll be more of a, why the hell isn't this on Blu-ray yet video, and then maybe go through the DVDs, because there's quite a few. Every once in a while one pops up and goes, oh, they released a Blu-ray of that. Oh, finally, of all movies, like Living in Oblivion, the Steve Buscemi movie where he's the director trying to make the independent film. And I believe the only reason that actually came out on Blu-ray was because Peter Dinklage is in there. That's one of his first roles. He has a very small part, but he's prominent on the cover. If you see the Blu-ray case, it's Steve Buscemi and Peter Dinklage. And it's like, they're just doing that because Dinklage is popular with Game of Thrones and all. But hopefully you guys will tune in for that. I'm sure you will. Just to see what else I have in my collection. Because all those 3D movies, they have the DVD, the Blu-rays with them, so it's still part of the collection. What else can I think of? And hopefully we'll have the certain things worked out, a la opening theme. All this time you sat there not saying a damn thing. You're just staring at me. He's just sitting there staring. He's just staring. So what, you don't want to talk? You don't want to add anything? Nothing. He pisses me off. Yeah, you piss me off. You know why you piss me off? All this here, I did what, 20 videos? I don't know, my whole collection And you surprise me every time the credits are on because I don't know what the frick kind of music you're going to put on there. What? No. Don't even get into that, you little... He's just a little tweep. Yeah, I said you're a little tweep. I don't know what a tweep is, but you're a little tweep. He's fuming over there. Am I pushing your buttons? Are you afraid I'm pushing your buttons? Maybe you'd like to talk to my audience, huh? Maybe you want to say, why don't you give a reason? Why don't you tell them why you went back to that goofy children's theme at the very beginning of this video? You want? Really? Okay. Here. Hold on, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at Mr. Producer over there. Well, go ahead. Talk to him. Oh, you're speechless now. You don't want to say anything now. Yeah. Folks, he's a little bear over there. He's the producer. He's the one that picks the music out. He's just a little bear. He's in his diaper. He wears a little diaper, little Barry. I call you Barry. I think I'm just going to call him Barry from it. Hey, Barry Manilow, why don't you pick some movie for me? It's little Barry. Look, he's fuming. Look at that. Look at that. He's just looking at me. He's just looking. He's got anger in his eyes. Look at that. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Barry? What are you going to do? Am I hitting all the right buttons? Barry, Mr. I'll put this song on. I'll put a porno song on. I'll put a classic music song on, Mr. Barry. Yeah, what are you going to do? Where the hell are you, you little fuzz bucket? Come out, wherever you are. Oh, damn it. Frickin' hell are you, you little... Oh. Laugh it up, fuzzball! Get out of here! Oh my gosh, man. Holy crap. Man. Folks, I'm sorry you had to see that. It was very unprofessional, you know. He didn't have to. I pushed his buttons, didn't I? He just freaking attacked me. Holy crap! Well, he's gone now. He'll be back. He'll be back. He's the producer of this damn channel. He'll be back. And it's snowing. And he's in a diaper. He's not going to stay out there. He'll be back. Oh my God! Like I said, I'm sorry you guys had to see that. That was a little uncalled for and a little unprofessional. You can't hear me. Well, folks. Anyway, like I said, guys, thanks for watching. What the hell? I never thought that little guy could be. He is one little pus bucket. Let me tell you. Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, this is old Roger D. from Channel Donstar, defending my collection. WXYZ. We'll see you in the next video. Holy crap. Man. Don't know where.